Good morning. It's about 7 o'clock. It's a little later than I was hoping to be up and ready and out of here, but I slept maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours last night. I was hoping for a little bit more, but it's actually probably better than what I normally sleep out here. This morning for breakfast, I am doing a Chobani chocolate strawberry Greek yogurt. I've got my little Talenti jar. It should soak pretty instantly, so I'm gonna get that ready while I get the rest of my camp broken down, and then I guess we'll be heading out. Got it reconstituted here. It's a chocolate and strawberry. I think I put chocolate protein powder in here, maybe, if I remember correctly. It looks kind of grainy. Let's try it out. Not bad. It'll do the trick for this morning. Our next water source is like the next reliable water source. According to Far Out, the rest of them are not very reliable, kind of oily or not running. So I did load up with about 4 liters of water, maybe close to 3.5, between 3.5 and 4. And I drank a little under a liter this morning, so I hope that'll do it. It's just about 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get set out now. Down to Heart Rock. All right, we're on our way, and it smells so good out here. It's like a mix of probably cedar and pine. I have no idea. I could be totally wrong, but it smells better than a candle out here right now. I'm digging it. I just came up from there. I'm gonna keep going up there, but look at where I am right now. The trees are obstructing it a little bit, and you can't quite see it as much through the camera, but oh my gosh. I get to be standing here right now. This is amazing. And here opens up the view from the other side of the mountain. We've walked around, and here's our view. I cannot believe this. Just walking down this giant rock, looking at this. All right, it's been about an hour and maybe a little over a mile. I think I'm ready for a snack. I'm already jonesing for it. So I did want something while my heart rate isn't super high with a little bit of protein, but I didn't put any of that in my little snack area this morning for some reason. So I've got this pear pineapple fruit leather that I was sent in my resupply box. And then Wacky gave me this Stroop waffle because I'm struggling. I don't have enough just straight carbs to get me through some of those higher heart rate spots, and we both have way more than enough food, so we've traded out a few things. I've given away quite a bit of food along the trail here, which is awesome. It lightens up my load a little bit. It helps some other people out, and then in the future, if I run into that person again and I need something, maybe they'll have something I can use. So I'm just gonna munch on these as we walk along, and here's my view while I snack. I believe this is supposed to be one of the water sources, so Far Out was pretty accurate. There's not much available down there. I'm glad I filled up. We had talked a little bit before. We were talking with Scully at about the clouds, and Lucky as well, and they're both like, you guys are carrying too much water. You need to carry for between the points, and you should be close to empty by the time you get to your points. So we were both kind of looking forward to not carrying quite so much weight in water, but today we're kind of back on carrying. I've got, what did I say, 2 liters plus another 1.5 liters, so 2, 4, 6, 7 to 8 pounds in water that I'm carrying. So hopefully it'll feel better as I keep walking and lighten it a little bit. There's like a little device here that is a trail counter. I guess as you walk by, it counts how many people are using the trail. It's pretty neat. Walking up the trail, I genuinely thought this was a gravestone. But when I came over, it's just a plaque for the scenic highway. It is an interesting, I feel like it's a strange spot for it. You can't really see it from the road. And I'm wondering, a few days ago, we passed by something as we were driving and it looked like a gravestone. And I thought, that's so odd. Somebody's buried up on the mountain. Just very strange, but you can't really see it as you come up. You kind of have to come up here. But maybe that's why it looks like this. Maybe it looking like a gravestone is what gets people curious to come see what the heck that is. I found another rock that's either a heart rock or a butt rock. Kind of like both. I think I'm about halfway up this mountain here, maybe. I don't know if that's wishful thinking or not, but right here, I came up and there was this log, the perfect sitting log, and it has another log behind it to take the weight of my pack. So I'm sitting and I didn't even have to take my pack off and go through all the rigmarole of that. I just sat down and the weight's off. So I think I'm gonna have another little snack here. I'll sip a little bit of water and maybe take just like a 2-minute break and then keep heading up the mountain. Going with the little Trader Joe's cashew butter cashews. I guess that's a little bit of an overkill, but I hope they're good. They are a little bit melty. I put them in my front pocket yesterday and planned on eating them as a snack, but just wasn't hungry enough, didn't really want to stop, so we're gonna try it today instead. Tastes pretty good to me. Made it down to Hog Pen Gap. It's about 11:03, a little bit of a road walk, but I hear some bikes coming around, and I think I can make it before then. Oh, I suppose we don't have a road walk. Goes right around the back. Much nicer.
Travel safe.
Thank you so much. It's like the 5th time I've seen that guy just come up and back and up and back. It's like a little kid or a puppy running back and forth and back and forth. We're gonna try the strawberry lemonade flavor now. The texture of that, I hate, but the flavor actually is really good. I like that strawberry lemonade one. It's about 11:20 now. I think I'm just gonna keep hiking, maybe taking a few 10-second breaks, 15, 30-second breaks. Oh, holy crap. I think I hear at least 4 different bikes in the background racing down that hill. They just keep doing the up and back and up and back and up and back. Straggler. I don't know if you can see him going around. But I think I'm gonna keep hiking until about 12:30, 1:30, whenever the sun just gets too oppressively hot. I'll take a break, have a little lunch, put my feet up, maybe take my shoes off and work on them for a minute or so, and wait for it to cool down slightly. And then I think we're gonna try to make our way to Low Gap Shelter. After that, use the privy, have some dinner, and then hopefully continue moving on after that, maybe another mile or 2 to one of those campsites to set our tents up. That's the plan. Can pick up a little bit of speed here. It's kind of nice. It's about 12:45-ish, I think, and I've got 1.3 to go to get to Sheet Top Rock. I think that's what it's called. It's supposed to be a real pretty spot with some views, so I think I might push a little bit past 1:30 if my pace is still about 1 mile an hour. I'm not really sure if it is or isn't, but I think I'm just gonna push to there and stop there for lunch. I imagine that'll be a nice place to sit and look at the view and eat up there. And then Low Gap is another mile from there, and then the next campsite is another 1.5 miles from there. Maybe Low Gap's another 1.5 miles after that. I'm not really sure. I'll keep you updated though. Well, I made it past the rock. I didn't realize I made it past the peak of the rocks. And I'm nearby the vista point where you take photos, but someone's kind of established there already. They're taking up the area, so on a little log. I'm just gonna rest here for a little bit, take a little, maybe have a little snack, filter the rest of my water, drink a bunch of that, and then Low Gap Shelter is only another, I think, 0.7 miles from here, or 0.5, maybe 0.7. And I'll just wait to eat there. Oh, I did not realize what a mess my hair is. I'm gonna need to wash or brush my hair when I get there too. That was only like a 10-minute break or so, but man, did that feel good. I have to really start incorporating more of those. I have been hiking now for about 6.5 hours, and I've only stopped for maybe 2 or 3 10-minute breaks, and my feet start to feel it by the end of it, so I really need to just relax a little bit. I'm gonna get where I'm going. It just might take a little bit longer if I take a break, but I'll feel better when I get there. I don't know why it's not computing. It will in a few weeks. All right. Made it down to Low Gap Shelter. Not staying here. I just talked to the Ridge Runner Hudson, and I think I brought just my little bathroom kit to come down and use the privy. My phone ran out of storage, so I had to go and delete a bunch of stuff in the middle of whatever I was recording before, so we've just skipped ahead. And tonight we're doing Great Value shells and cheese, gluten-free, and Muir Glen stewed tomatoes. I'm gonna add bacon bits to that again. Hopefully this one rehydrates a little bit better. You can kind of see the inside there. That's what the tomatoes look like freeze-dried. Find out here shortly how they taste. Let's test it out. It looks like it's rehydrating a little bit better than the Goodles, but I don't know if it really is or not. Oh. Actually, yeah, that rehydrated way better. I wonder if I added a little too much water yesterday. I didn't actually measure it. I just dumped it in, and it wasn't super hot. So who knows, but this is much better. It's about 4:30, had myself some dinner, and I think I'm gonna try and move on. Looking at far out, it looks like about 3 miles up, there's a pretty decent tent site, and it gets me just a little bit closer to Unicoi for tomorrow. We're being picked up tomorrow by Green Dragon, and we're gonna go there for the night, so I just feel like the closer I get to Unicoi, the easier day I'm gonna have tomorrow. Keep you updated. That is a way better water option. This is the spot I believe we were going to settle tonight, but it's 5:30, 5:38, I guess. I still feel like I have some life left in my legs. There's a stream coming up in 1.1 mile, I think, and then half a mile past that is another unofficial campsite with some bear hang options. So I think I'm just gonna keep pushing. I believe when I left Low Gap, Wacky was just starting to eat his dinner, and he's much faster than me anyway. That's kind of how established this whole thing. I'll leave maybe a little bit earlier and walk, and then he'll catch up with me a little bit later, and then he'll take a break, and then he always ends up catching me because he's just faster than me. So he got to talking, and I had my dinner, and then I said, hey, I'm gonna keep going, and why don't you eat your dinner and you'll catch up to me eventually. So he should be catching up here probably any minute now. We made it to the little campsite here. Got the tents up. There's a little, if you can see that line hanging there, that's where we're gonna do the bear hang. And I've got a Kate's Real Food Snickerdoodle bar that I'm gonna have for dessert, I guess. It's got a couple grams of protein in there, and then I think we're calling it a night. It's about 8:30. I think we're calling it a night. The sun's starting to go down. It's pretty dark. I've got my little headlamp here, just trying to make a little light in here. I'm gonna try and wake up a little early tomorrow. We have pickup with the Green Dragon at Unicoi, and they pick up at 10, 12, 2, and then a public bus comes at 4. We have 7 miles to get there. Pretty slow, but it's supposed to be cool tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see if we can get out of here by 7. I'm hoping 6, but realistically probably more like 7. If we can get out of here by then, we might be able to hit the noon, but more likely the 2. But find out tomorrow.